Hello, my name is Kim Machan and I'm the curator of this exhibition, Refocusing on the Medium, the Rise of East Asia Video Art. I'm going to make a remote walkthrough to introduce the exhibition that I hope will lead to more discussion about the rise of video art. As a new technology with distinct characteristics, video art arrived with no cultural traditions, no significant conventions or history, and so provided a platform where a uniquely global contemporary art aesthetic developed through this culturally non-specific medium. As an underlying concept, this approach opens up the way that the history of video art can be considered, highlighting the aesthetic and conceptual language of video that cannot be achieved in any other medium. By refocusing on the video medium in the context of the beginnings of contemporary art practice, we can better consider a globally connected contemporary art movement. The entry of the exhibition is designed to encourage a shift in perception and opens questions about the video medium. The gateway artwork is a projection of Nam June Paik's TV Buddha, 1975 to 2002. It is not actually the artwork, but it is a live internet streaming from the Nam June Paik Art Centre in Korea. The internet stream loops back to connect with audiences in the Nam June Paik Art Centre in Korea also. The live broadcast of TV Buddha is not only a direct link to the legacy of Nam June Paik, but it's a direct provocation to the question and contemplates the video medium within the context of the exhibition. What are we looking at? How do we analyse the screen image? The conditions of the video medium are all present in this work. The liveness of the medium, the distortion of time and space, the tension between illusion, reality, and authentic experience, the conceptual strategies that subvert the medium, the dynamics connecting the local and global aspirations. All the artists in this exhibition were actively contributing to an international dialogue, travelling, exhibiting, and aspiring to contribute to a global artistic network. The first work in the exhibition galleries is the groundbreaking CCTV installation by Katsuhiro Yamaguchi, Las Mananas, 1974 to 1975. The work takes Diego Velázquez's most famous painting, Las Mananas, and makes a video version. The Velázquez painting, Las Mananas, is one of the most written about paintings because it deconstructed representation in painting to reveal the artist painting the commissioned portrait. Yamaguchi takes the theory of the sight lines in this painting and expands it into CCTV. Your image is captured in front of the reproduction of the painting and incorporated back into the artwork. The CCTV camera has replaced the King and Queen's portrait in the black and white reproduction. There are many details to explore in the work, including the fact that you cannot see your face as part of the video installation. By physically moving around Yamaguchi's Las Mananas installation, we experience multiple thresholds between the act of observing and being observed, being part of the work and separate to it. Our role is dynamic, changing element in the artwork. Yamaguchi's first interactive CCT installations date back to 1972, happening at the same time as Dan Graham and others were experimenting with CCTV in New York. Leaving Las Mananas, another work, as we move through here, using CCTV is Trained Upon Us, but this will be revealed later. This long bare passage brings focus to the work and was designed in consultation with the artist Yoko Ono. The narrow passage is designed to slow us down, remove all distractions, signal that we're going somewhere else, and bring focus to the monitor at the very end of the corridor. This is Yoko Ono's Sky TV, 1966 to 2020. This is a continuous live CCTV feed from the camera positioned on the roof of this exhibition building that is pointed to view the open sky. The extraordinary accomplishment of this 1966 artwork is how it subverts the medium, hijacking the idea of video as surveillance technology and television as a conveyor of mass information and entertainment. The exploitation of the medium-specific qualities of video is accomplished through the artist's creative understanding, making a minimalist gesture in order to manifest the sublime. The video camera isolates one space, in this case a section of the sky, transferring that space here, underground. The work makes possible the contemplation of infinite space of the sky in a very restricted space of this tight corridor. The next work, Wang Gongxing's 2 square metre space, was first installed in the artist's hutong in Beijing in 1995. The outside bricked corner wall that you passed earlier is in fact the first component of this work. The 2 square metre space is captured on the outside of the wall and projected here into the internal wall. The inversion of external space forced back into the internal space exploits the sculptural potential of the CCTV video medium. The ability of the video medium to dislocate space while supporting a live representation is in fact a medium-specific quality of video, only able to be made with this medium. And this is investigated with the artist's sort of expanded post-medium practice. CCTV video camera relays the external brick corner and any person that might be passing that section. The secretive capture and later the reveal creates a gap between the creation of content and the contemplation of the artwork, deconstructing and dislocating space. The stacked brick wall visually connects to the natural stones, the next work that is behind you by Korea video art pioneer Park Hwang-ki. Park Hwang-ki constructed stone cans and stone installations and introduced television monitors with a video recording of a stone inserted into the stone stacks. Denying expected video recording function of time passing, showing movement or narrative, Park Hwang-ki experiments with the possibilities of the stillness of the video image to sharpen focus and accentuate the representation of the stone in electronic form and the moment it exists within. Stone cans are traditionally human-scale piles or mounds of stone and have been built since prehistoric times across the world for many different cultural purposes. The artist's use of the medium in this context of a post-medium practice sees the medium of stone and the prehistoric tradition of stone cans brought together with what was at the time the most advanced technological visual medium, video. Reading the artwork with attention to the medium-specific qualities of both stone and video calls to notice the prehistoric global impulse to pile stones as a fundamental expression of humanity, and in the case of video technology, an aspirational medium that connects our contemporary global cultures and art worlds. Park demonstrates the metaphorical beginning and the end of humanity in one moment. Kim Koo Lim, light bulb, 1975. The one-to-one scaled video recording of a light bulb turning on and off alternates with the actual light bulb suspended next to the monitor. Philosophical and empirical questions about the nature of light are summoned in this work through the contemplation of the recorded time and the real-time light. The recorded light coming from the light bulb is being regenerated through the light-emitting monitor. There is a conflict between the idea of the concrete nature of light and the knowledge that the video recording is coming from a past time and also the real-time present. The nature and relationship between the two realities of the light and the light bulb, past and present, becomes a complex and profound philosophical question about light, time, and how we understand what we are really seeing. The next work by Shigeko Kubota, Duchampiania, Bicycle Wheel No. 1, 1983-1990, takes Marcel Duchamp's first recognised ready-made bicycle wheel, 1913, as a conceptual proposition to extend into the medium of video. Kubota extends the representation of movement into the landscape within the video monitor. This configuration, impossible to achieve in film, spirally rotates the small monitor filled with natural and synthetically coloured landscape and monochromes. The video imagery pushes and pulls us to consider the sculpture as an expression of a journey, or, as the monitor displays a monochrome colour, an object grounded in the here and now. The turning bicycle wheel is a meditative icon, a reassuring motion of continuity, holding both the humour and reverence Zen Buddhism allows to coexist. The artist said that video is organic and film is not, implying the relationship with video medium-specific qualities such as recording processes, instant playback, editing possibilities, distortion of time, portability, made the relationship with the video medium one that was responsive and in dialogue. The bicycle wheel is used in a very different way in the investigation by Zhu Jia in his video installation Forever, 1995. The original trolley bike is here, showing the camera mounted on the wheel that uniquely captured the streets of Beijing. Zhu Jia continued experimenting in ways only possible with a video camera, and so demonstrates the medium-specific characteristics of video art in the context of his post-medium practice. These early works pushed unconventional uses of the video camera while also considering the sculptural relationship of the display monitor in works such as Repeat on Purpose. The video camera inside a refrigerator is continuously recording. The perplexing spatial twists in this work are apparent when the door is closed. The internal light is extinguished. The recording is black and the screen subsequently represents the internal three-dimensional blackened space. But at the same time, the flat black screen is a real contradiction to that idea. Simultaneously, 3 dimensions and 2-dimensional perceptions are competing, causing an uneasy tension in an otherwise unremarkable everyday action. 2 of the youngest artists in the exhibition, Zhu Jia, born in 1963 from Beijing, and Yuan Guangming, born in 1965 from Taipei, coincidentally chose a particularly Asian motif of the goldfish. Zhu Jia creates an uneasy tension through the looping capability of video, offering a poor goldfish flapping perpetually out of water on the floor in Related to the Environment, 1997. In contrast, Yuan Guangming's Fish on a Dish, 1992, takes a different approach to this subject. The swimming goldfish is projected onto a delicate porcelain dish in perpetual confinement. The small contained image is positioned to gaze down upon, making it a special utopian treasure. On the other hand, the fish is trapped, suspended, without company in an environment that is bare and unnatural. Both works pose ethical dilemmas and call for subjective opinion about what we are seeing here in common. There is no right or wrong opinion here. There is no conclusive narrative. Yuan Guangming's early investigations into the video medium experimented in video installation, unique video camera recording, positions, and video sculptures. Another work by Wang Gongxing, Broken Bench, 1996-2020, is positioned nearby. The work marries traditional Chinese handcrafted piece of furniture with the culturally non-specific video technology. The post-industrial technology is starkly transplanted into the pre-industrial technology. The medium of timber, the history embedded in the crafting of that medium, the monitor, as much as the content of the video image playing on it, combine to be the medium-specific qualities in the context of the post-medium practice. Pitting contradictory time instances, before and after the monitor was embedded, the bench is resurrected into two distinct mediums, more than two distinct experiences of time. Also, look closely at the finger and the distortion of scale necessary to match up the wood grain in the video and the timber bench. Keigo Yamamoto contemplated the physicality of the monitor through the immediate playback capability of video and CCTV monitor in his works Hand No. 2, 1976, and Foot No. 3, 1977. What we see in Hand No. 2 is the interaction between a video recording and a live response. That is in turn recorded and played back on the same monitor, re-recorded in a response locating the hand in a separate but connected realms of representation. The same principle is explored in Foot No. 3, a representation of a monitor within a representation of a monitor within a monitor. Layers of representation extend the body from the inner image of the monitor to the outer limits of the existing monitor on the plinth before us. Viewing this work in the presentation monitor here directly connects to become part of the artwork, and the space it occupies in the exhibition is in fact live video. The next work is by Takahiko Imura. This is a camera which suits this. The work sets up interdependence between the function of the camera and the monitor. Through activating and exaggerating the CCTV immediate playback function, the installation is caught in an extreme representation of the live still moment. The dynamic nature of live broadcast is twisted in upon its own image capture and replication. This is a video kind of like a Mexican standoff, even using the applicable firearms language. This is a camera that shoots this. The other work by Takahiko Imura here is TV for TV. This creates an intimate interaction between two televisions, highlighting a medium-specific interchange, a secret language between TVs amongst each other. Sung-Gi Kim's work, Voix Voix Lasti, or Milky Way Voice, 1988. Sung-Gi Kim moved to France in 1972, where she aspired to contribute to an international art dialogue and engaged and collaborated with philosophers such as Jacques Derrida, Jean-Luc Nancy, and she was a colleague of John Cage. Sung-Gi Kim made happenings as early as 1972, striving to make work that was open, not fixed, consciously expanding artistic boundaries in what is now recognised as first-wave post-medium art practice. This work, Milky Way Voice, takes the portability of the video camera on an often travelled journey that the artist made, and deconstructs any sense of linear time by randomly re-recording over existing travel footage. The journey between Paris and Seoul is recorded and edited in camera to destabilise the narrative and create an uncertain record of comings and goings between the two destinations. Sung-Gi Kim's next work, Autant de Français, Pont de Versailles in 1985. This work is shot in real time without any editing and can be described as an authentic video performance because it is created through the direct connection with the video camera and the artist's breath. As the artist takes deep breaths in and out, she synchronizes the camera's behaviour, opening and closing the aperture according to her breathing rhythm, thereby unifying the creation of the image with the artist's own existence. The positioning of the audio shower here fixes the optimum viewing position to connect and enter the video from the artist's point of view. So I suggest that you concentrate on the breathing while you watch the changing aperture result in the video. At the other end of the room are two works by Hong Kong artist Ellen Pao. Ellen Pao's work is preoccupied with the everyday, focusing on present and accessible real-life phenomena to extract the pulse and tone of our contemporary human condition. In keeping with the transnational character of the video medium, the two works in this exhibition, Operation Theatre, 1995, and Recycling Cinema, Viewing Room, 2000, could have been recorded in any city of the world. Drawing attention to mainstream cultural concepts, in this case theatre and cinema, the two works subvert the expectation of theatrical and cinematic conventions. This is achieved through the exploration of the medium of video that enabled the artist to access, record, consider, deconstruct, and reinstate these everyday situations. In Operation Theatre, a single camera point of view CCTV footage captures people moving through a busy hospital corridor. Unscripted public interactions, objectively recording any change in an unchanging setting. In Recycling Cinema, the horizontal pan of the video camera tracks serial anonymous vehicles crossing a bridge. The rules emerge and a structure is mechanically followed. The two armchairs in the installation that are in front of the projection offer a committed position for the viewer as part of the installation and what we could imagine as the roost where the video was originally filmed. The next work is by Gong Tiongyi. Dimension of Vision, 1996, as a 3-channel CRT monitor installation, was exhibited in Phenomenon and Image in Hangzhou in 1996. This was considered to be the first video art exhibition organised in China. The work is dominated by a repeated singular image, the eye of a duck anchored in the centre of the screen. The single spare image shifts sequentially to each screen, while the other two monitors cut to black to show a black void. The only movement in the image is that of the drowsy eyelid lowering and jerking open. The close-up video recording of the duck's eye produces its own black void in the expanded pupil, the centre of the eye. The extended exposure to the central black void of the duck's eye is creating an apprehensive tension between recognising a captured or disabled animal and the recognition of the eye as belonging to a conscious being, and the sensation of an overwhelming sublime within the central black void of the duck's eye. Being aware of the medium-specific quality within this work makes use of the monitor's reflective glass. The surface acts as a mirror, implicating the viewer in their own and others' reflection. The next artist is Chen Xiaoshun. Chen Xiaoshun's expanded practice gained momentum with the entry of video into his practice in the mid-1990s. The arrival of video as an available artistic medium was a stimulus for reorganising principles in art making, where video was incorporated into his relationship with painting, ink drawings. transitioning, as many artists did in China at that time, into a post-medium practice where investigations into various mediums were considered and combined. In Sight Adjuster 3, 1996, Chen explores screen space and perception. The content of these two TV screens are both related and paradoxical. They are connected at times and separate, or even in conflict. The information received to both eyes force the brain to process these images together in order to establish their logical relationships. The last work in the exhibition incorporates live television into a sculptural installation by Shen Xiaoshun made in 1994. Change the channel, change the bride's decision. Putting aside the social and political content that streams through the real-time official broadcasts and the highly symbolic metaphor of the bride, the artist's approach to the medium of video has constructed an ever-changing real-time proposal to consider. The work harnesses the medium of live television, inserting the present-day media information into the history of video art, a reminder of how relevant history is to better understanding today. When we refocus on the medium and consider the full implications of that medium, a stronger experience and deeper engagement is waiting for those to invest their attention. This concludes the tour, and I hope you enjoy an extended time with the works here, and above all, continue to refocus on the medium.